All right, college football and stuff here. It is week 13 of the college football season. Thanksgiving week, hate week in the SEC, or rivalry week if you want to be PC about it. I'm going to be covering all of the SEC, the Big 12, and the Pac 12 games being played this week. It's Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a great holiday. Stay safe. All right, jumping right into the SEC games. First up, Kentucky at Florida, 12 o'clock on ESPN. Florida, a 23.5 point favorite. I don't think Florida's defense is anywhere near as good as Alabama's defense is. Now, Alabama completely blew Kentucky away last week. I saw that coming, though. I don't think Kentucky has the offense to score points on good defenses. I think they'll be able to score some points here. Now, Florida looked mortal against Vanderbilt. They ended up getting it done in the second half, but did not cover the spread. I'm going to take Florida minus the points here. It's at Florida. Kentucky did not look good last week. Yeah, give me Florida minus those 23.5. Vanderbilt at Missouri, 12 o'clock on the SEC network. Missouri, a 15.5 point favorite. Now, Vanderbilt has been looking better. They do have a bunch of COVID issues, though. A bunch of people missing this game for Vanderbilt. I'm going to take Missouri minus the 15.5. It's at Missouri. I think Missouri is a decent team. They've got a pretty good offense. I think they have a chance of putting up some points here. Give me Missouri minus the 15.5. Auburn at Alabama. Iron Bowl, 3:30 on CBS. And, man, so I was back and forth on this game. So Alabama's a 24.5 point favorite. I don't think Auburn really has any shot of winning this game. Even as an Auburn fan, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Auburn has a comparable defense to Alabama's, but Alabama has a significantly better offense, and I think they're going to be able to score points. I think they score 40-something points. I think Auburn can get close to 20 in this game. Now, Alabama is probably going to be looking for revenge after last year. I could see Alabama scoring 50-something points. And in general, these games at Alabama in the Iron Bowl have been blowouts. Is Auburn's Tank Bigsby going to be able to play? I think that's a big factor in whether Auburn can cover here, or whether Auburn can beat the spread. Nick Saban's not coaching. Is that going to be an issue? 24.5 points. I think it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to take Auburn. I originally picked Alabama in this. With Nick Saban not being there, I don't trust Steve Sarkisian as a head coach. I think Alabama still wins by 3 touchdowns easy. I think they can win by 24 easy. Just over 24 without Nick Saban. I'm going to flip my pick and go with Auburn. Give me Auburn plus the 24.5. Mississippi State at Ole Miss, 4 o'clock on the SEC network. Ole Miss a 9.5 point favorite. I think this game's going to be kind of a shootout. I do think Ole Miss is going to be able to score more points, though. Give me Ole Miss minus those 9.5. I think about 10 points is a good spot for this. I don't think Ole Miss is going to get a complete blowout just because I don't think their defense is good enough to shut down Mississippi State completely, but we'll see. I definitely trust Ole Miss a lot more in this game. LSU at Texas A&M, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Texas A&M a 14.5 point favorite. I think that is way too low. Texas A&M got blown away by LSU last year, and I think they're going to be looking for revenge. LSU is struggling. Texas A&M is going to be able to score points, and I think they're going to put up a ton of points. I think this is going to be just an absolute blowout. I think this is going to be a 50-something to 14 kind of game. I think this spread should be at least what the Auburn Alabama spread is, if not even more than that. I would probably take Texas A&M at minus 28. So yeah, give me Texas A&M minus the 14.5. I think that's an easy cover. Georgia at South Carolina, 7:30 on the SEC network. Georgia a 21.5 point favorite. Let's see. I think Georgia gets it done here. New quarterback, playing well. I'm assuming that JT Daniels is starting after the performance he had last week when he really seemed like he gave a nice spark to that offense. I think Georgia's going to be looking for revenge after that loss to South Carolina last year. Give me Georgia minus 21.5. Moving on to the Big 12, a Friday night game. Iowa State at Texas, 12 o'clock in the afternoon on ABC. Texas a 1-point favorite. I am going to take Texas in that game. Give me Texas minus the 1. Going on to Saturday, Texas Tech at Oklahoma State, 12 o'clock on Fox. Oklahoma State an 11-point favorite, coming off a very big loss to Oklahoma. I do think Oklahoma State is significantly better than Texas Tech, though. Give me Oklahoma State minus those 11 points. Kansas State at Baylor, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Baylor a 5.5 point favorite. Have not liked what I've seen out of Kansas State these past few games. I like their coach. I want them to do well. I'm going to take Baylor minus the 5.5, though, under a touchdown. I think Baylor gets it done. TCU at Kansas, 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. TCU a 24.5 point favorite, and although TCU hasn't been scoring a ton of points, I think this sort of rough trend with Kansas not playing great continues. I'm taking TCU minus those 24.5. Last up, the Pac-12. Stanford at California, 4 o'clock on Fox. California a 1.5 point favorite. A little bit surprised. I know Stanford hasn't been playing great, but I think I like Stanford more. Give me Stanford plus the 1.5. I think Stanford gets the win straight up there. Oregon at Oregon State, 7:30 on ESPN. Oregon surviving against UCLA. Did not win by nearly as much as I wanted them to in that game. But we've got a nice rivalry game here. I think Oregon is going to play well. Now, Oregon State's playing decent, playing a lot better than they have these past few years, but I think Oregon shows up in this game. I think they make a statement here. Give me Oregon minus the 14. Colorado at USC, 3:30 on ABC. USC a 12-point favorite, and USC got a decent win last week. I picked them to keep it close because they've been playing a lot of close games. We'll see if maybe they've got stuff figured out a little bit. Give me USC minus the 12 points. Arizona at UCLA, 8 o'clock on Fox. I liked how UCLA looked against Oregon last week. Still not impressed with Arizona. I'm going to take UCLA minus the points. Give me UCLA minus those 10 points there. Utah at Washington. Didn't see a spread in this game. Interestingly, that's 10:30 on ESPN, late night game. It's at Washington. I'm going to take Washington to win, but yeah, didn't see a spread there. All right, that's it for all of the SEC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12 here in Week 13. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more of these, subscribe to the channel. I pick every single FBS game against the spread every week, and I'm going to keep doing it. See you next time.